No. I don't care if you want to repipe your house. In fact, I don't give a monkey's banana if you want to repipe the whole friggin' block, all right? We do not give free estimates, all right? That is final. Ah, the nerve of these people. Trixie, do not waste my valuable time with calls like this. Come on.
But Rocky, Sam will be done with his stoppage call in a little while, and you got Junior over there in the other room just watching cartoons. Maybe you should send him, even if it is for free and all. You never know.
You never know. If I wanted your advice, I'd have asked for it, okay? Do me a favor.
I don't know. Maybe Rocky should have listened to Trixie. What do you think? Now, I'll admit that it's still an excellent idea to charge a minimum fee as a general policy, but I also think it's important to remain flexible enough to adapt to various situations in order to maximize sales and manpower. So, the big question is, how do you know when the time is right to make an exception? Well, that's the tricky part. Let's go over a few of the possibilities. As you saw illustrated in our brief role play, there are times in some shops when business is slower than usual. You know, when it's been too cool for air conditioning calls and too warm for heating calls, and technicians are chomping at the bit, eager to put their hands and their skills to work. Well, at times like this, isn't it better to have everybody busy than just sitting around waiting? Probably so. Therefore, every call becomes that much more important, and closing the calls that do come in becomes a very high priority.
They'll diagnose your problem and quote you the exact price for the work before starting to do the work. There is a service call fee of only $45, which you won't have to pay if you decide to have us do the work.
So you mean if I decide not to have you do the work, I still have to pay the $45? I don't know if I really
Let me ask you this. Have you received service from us in the past?
No, but I think I'm going to call around.
Well, we're actually running a promotion right now for new customers, which means you wouldn't have to pay the service call fee.
Really?
That's right. So when would it be convenient for one of our technicians to come over?
And another reason to offer free estimates is when the call concerns an especially large or complex job, one that has a great deal of potential for customer service. Here, depending on your individual shop and its costs, the benefits may outweigh the risks. In accounting, they call it a risk-benefit analysis. But in simple terms, it means you have to decide whether the potential risk or cost of sending a technician to look at the job and give the customer a free estimate is worth the possible benefit that the customer will decide to have your shop do the work. The types of jobs that fall into this category will vary with the type of service your shop offers, but typical examples include heating and air conditioning installations, repipes, and just about any kind of remodeling job. With these larger jobs, the great potential for customer service makes it an often wise gamble to offer a free estimate. Think of it as getting your foot in the door, because once the technician is there, he or she has the opportunity to show the customer how professional, how skilled, and how generally superior your shop is to the competition. Besides, with the technician at the job site ready to do the work, it can be very tempting for the customer to save time and trouble by agreeing to have the work done right away. However, there are customers who will request free estimates, but who are either not truly in need of an estimate or are just shopping around for the lowest price and not serious about scheduling the work anytime soon.
All right. For the whole thing, the parts, the labor, with unexpected overages, so there's no surprises because we're going to handle that there. The whole thing, I could do it for $800. Yeah, we'll do it for $800, and I got the parts in the truck, so I'm going to be right back, and I'm going to start right away.
Oh, no, whoa, hold it. Wait a minute. Just hold it right there. I just wanted you to come out here and give me an estimate on having a hot water dispenser put in. I'm not ready to do it right now.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, I want to call some other companies and see how much they would charge because I want to get the lowest price. And then I have to discuss it with my husband and probably talk to the neighbors and my cousin Jim. He knows a guy who can get it wholesale.
Let me get this straight here, Toots. You call me from clear across town to come by here, give you a free estimate. You don't even know if you want the work done? Hey, Hey, thanks a lot there.
Well, I wouldn't have really put it that way, but I'm going to have a hot water dispenser put in someday.
Good luck.
The best way to avoid falling into this kind of trap is to gently qualify callers who request estimates. But how do you do this without insulting the caller and losing the booking? Well, first you ask open-ended questions designed to provide you with enough information to decide whether the caller needs an estimate or a service call.
I understand. Now, have you used our company before? No? Well, we're glad you called. And how would you describe the problem? Do you know what's wrong with your air conditioner? Mm-hmm. Okay. Great.
Now, you might also try to find out what the potential is for customer service.
And how old would you say the unit is, Mrs. Brown? I see. But it came with the house when you bought it? Well, how long have you lived there? Oh, I agree. Older homes do often have more charm. Mm-hmm.
And finally, you'll want to gauge how serious the customer is about having the work completed. After all, if the customer is simply collecting a number of bids, you'll want to know ahead of time whether to decide to pass on the free estimate or add to the competition. But it may be awkward or rude to come right out and ask whether the customer is seeking other bids. The best policy is to ask questions that will encourage the customer to provide the information without your having to ask for it directly.
Thank you for verifying the information you gave me. I'm looking at the schedule, and when were you hoping to have the work done, Mr. Armstrong? Oh, I understand. No, you wouldn't want to wait too long on something like that, now would you? That's true. Some people do like to compare. I'm curious, how many bids do you think you'll be getting? Mm-hmm. Okay, and if our estimate is within your budget, will you be able to authorize the work today?
If the qualifying takes you right through to booking the call for a free estimate, it's always a good idea to inform the customer that someone may be calling back to gather more details before the technician arrives. That way, the dispatcher, service manager, or manager can call the customer and ask more detailed technical questions as a final qualifying step.
Okay, I think I have all the information I need for now, and I will forward it to our technicians. If they need more information, when would it be convenient for someone to call you back and discuss the work in more detail?
Hopefully, this week's presentation has given you a few ideas on when to offer free estimates. But remember, not every shop has the same considerations. Use these helpful hints to develop your own list of jobs which you're willing to give free estimates on. That's it for today. So goodbye until next time.